All right, drum roll, folks. All eyes on Micron, which gave up some last night it was up maybe 40, 50 bucks, gave it all up. Been trading, you could feel the tension, right? By the way, the Korean counterparts have enjoyed a pretty solid rebound. Now, part of the reason there's even more angst today with respect to this stock is that despite this, look, this is your earnings surprises. Look, these are monster beats. They just absolutely crush it. They absolutely crush it. Here's the problem. Last time they reported they beat by $3.41. A week later, the stock was down 18%. 18%. In fact, if you look at this, look at that. I mean, in the last 6 times they reported, the stock has been hammered 4 times. And again, despite monumental beats. So you can see why there's a lot of anxiety out there. And here's the other thing. The street is looking for one of the greatest year-over-year earnings improvements ever. Last year, it was $1.91. This year, they're looking for $20.28, 1,000% higher. Golly, that's a tall order, right? By the way, I think the company is going to crush all of this, crush it all. But here's the thing. Look at the momentum in this whole area. If you take a look, this is just all your different sort of DRAM or memory products. This is first quarter to second quarter. These are your changes just in different levels, 49%, 51%, 75%, 89%, 100%, 107%. All niches of this business are going through the roof. We're not talking about year over year, minute by minute. Now, my next guess says that Micron is actually a hold if you already own it, but you may want to wait to buy the dip. I want to bring in out Simpler Trading, their VP of Options, Danielle Shay. And Danielle, I looked in your note. I didn't realize this, but the implied reaction is plus or minus 115 points.
Yes, Charles, I'm looking for a big move on Micron. And just as you stated, this is a very typical buy the rumor, sell the news kind of ticker. And so I want to tell traders that they should not be surprised if this ticker is down after earnings. You know, I've been trading the momentum rally into this report, but at this point, I've closed out my options trades and I'm waiting for the report to happen. But I would tell investors that I wouldn't sell this stock, even if it falls into 900 or even 800 after the report where the 50 simple is at.
Right. And I think, you know, that, and I'll put this up again for folks to see. I think this is why, right? Because even though you had all of these negative reactions, the stock obviously turned around quickly. Because just a couple of days ago, we were at all-time high. The stock's up 700%. So to your point, if you can hang in there, folks, even if it doesn't work, go your way initially, because long-term, I'm holding it as well. If you're a trader, maybe, and you don't know the position, I probably will wait as well. This morning, UBS raised its target on AMD and ARM. They're talking about CPUs, which were really phenomenal. Here's what caught my attention, though. They're based it on 2030. You know, everyone's kind of saying, well, this thing is short-lived. It's going to be over soon. These are 2 names you like as well. Tell me why you like them.
I love these names, Charles. We've talked about these names for a long time, and they have finally broken out of consolidation. So if you look at earnings last quarter, what you'll see is that ARM had a fantastic beat, and it was really due to that earnings move that ARM has finally broken out. AMD also experienced a fantastic beat, and now with the positive trends that they're in, I think both of these tickers are going to rally going into earnings into July.
Okay, you also like other semiconductor and semi-adjacent names. Intel has just become a beast. I mean, it's become an absolute beast. The good thing is the taxpayers were up 600% from the administration's investment there. Just how much further do you anticipate it going?
Well, Charles, it looks really good here. And if you look at the 23% gap up after earning, what's phenomenal about this is that it broke away and it's continued to go. So typically this results in another bullish move. I think it can head higher by at least another 20% going into this earnings report.
Teradyne, you also like, let's just do AEHR, which is relatively new. Full disclosure, I have some subscribers in this. Why do you like it?
So this one's definitely volatile. However, it has a nice bullish trend and it also has short float. So with the 15% short float and sitting on the 50 simple moving average, if we get some buyers coming in, this one can short squeeze.
You know, you and I both love those short squeezes. Electronic manufacturing. So we talk about AI, the AI, you know, in the data center story, breaking out Sanmina, Flex, TTM Technologies. Again, these are just names that maybe normally, I think I haven't really heard you talk about these names before. You've made some adjustments to your approach also.
That's right, Charles. I've been working on coding software at optionsearnings.com, and I came up with these names because they fit my perfect 5-star rank system. So they have fundamentals that are in line We have also the trend that is in line. We have significant quarter-over-quarter growth. I love the post-earnings gaps, and I love the trends going into earnings. So
I-
these are some new names that I found and I'm trading recently, and I love them.
All right, real quick, AI infrastructure, Sterling, Vertiv. I've got subscribers in both of them, but your specialty are charts, right? And this is a beautiful looking chart, but I want to ask you, I see a big gap here. The stock is struggling at the 200-day. If we were to fall back, is there a chance we could fill this gap here? Is that a risk?
It's certainly a risk, but as of right now, I think that it's sitting on support really well. And one of the reasons why I like this stock is because it has the breakaway gap. So, typically what I see when I
Right.
have a strong trend and those earnings beats, I still like to follow this trend unless it ends.
You like Neoclide, Nebius, Iron, and Applied Digital. So again, because these can be very volatile, I know I'm in and out of these all the time. I think we just closed Nebius because I just got anxious on this. Is a caveat for folks watching that these can be volatile, high beta names?
Charles, these stocks are so volatile, and Nebius just recently hit my $300 price target and it's pulling back. And I think it's getting ready for another entry and another rally going into earnings in July. When you look at APLD and Iron, again, volatile. I don't love how Iron has broken the 50 simple on the daily chart.
Right.
However, my investment is still doing well. I'm invested into APLD, and APLD also has a potential of an earnings run going into July. So I'm still in these names, just sitting through the volatility.
All right, well, we'll be checking in with you anyway. Great stuff, Danielle, as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, see you soon. By the way, folks,